Hey there, Reverend Sully, Eric O'Sullivan, ordained on the internet. The caveat, as always, please do not burn your hands holding on to my hot takes. If you do, then that's on you, pal. It's Sunday, and that means it's time for Reverend Sully's Sunday Sermon. Today, where did it go? I had something here I wanted to read. Oh, there it is. Sorry about that. The opening lines of Homer's The Iliad, something that's made an impression on me all my life. Anger, be now your song, immortal one, the muse. Achilles' anger, doomed and ruinous, that caused the Greeks loss on bitter loss, and crowded brave souls into the undergloom, leaving so many dead men. Carrion, for dogs and birds, and the will of Zeus was done. The Fitzgerald translation, my favorite. The Lattimore has the better introduction. It's very scholarly and gets into more details. But my Sunday sermon today is about anger and about how it's played a major role in my life. Gosh, I like to joke and say that I'm the angry Buddha, that I have enlightenment, but I had so much anger in my heart all my life. And why? Well, a lot of it had to do with, my upbringing. I consider my father to be a very, very angry person, and my mom in her own way too. Yeah, and I've seen, and received a lot of anger. Yeah, I've witnessed a lot of it. So for a long time, my operating system was anger based. And in my very own rudder of my boat, the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that anger is like smoke that covers the fire. Anger is the smoke that covers the fire of wisdom. And so, there is a place for anger, but it'll cost you, it'll cost me, and I guess the older we get, we can stay angry, get angrier, or we can realize that attachment, in the Buddhist way of thought, attachment will keep us bound to this world, and that anger in itself is an attachment. Yes, I'm transubstantiating the Alka-Seltzer into the blood of the Lord. Cure me of this headache. Not a hangover, but I don't drink anymore. Yeah, I just remember so many times just being besieged by this anger that emanates from me. I remember one time ruining a perfectly fine umbrella because I was in a rainstorm and I got stranded by a bus. I don't know if you've ever relied on public transportation, but to run for and flag down a bus that just passes by the bus stop in a torrential downpour as you're waving your hands like a duck trying to fly. I mean, I remember just lashing out in anger. I remember punching walls. I remember just, the look on my face. I can adopt a very angry visage. And for why? To try to leverage other people to do what I want, I guess, if I have to look at it with maturity and wisdom. And but anger, we are in what the Bhagavad Gita refers to as the Kali Yuga, the darkest age. And we live in a very angry time. activism. It's a form of anger. People feel that this is unjust and this is unfair and there needs to be this change. And if you're not doing something about it, you're part of the problem. That's just some displaced anger. And growing up angry, I don't accept other people's anger. I don't. I see it as a leveraging tool, and that somebody's trying to leverage me with their anger. They're trying to scare you into doing what they want, wherein you should be an educated, enlightened individual and make up your own mind. And that if someone's using anger on you, they're just simply trying to intimidate you into their way. And are you buying that? I'm not. I won't. I don't think I could be intimidated by anyone. I mean, I know from personal experience that, I don't want to fight anyone. I'm a pacifist by choice. I've seen what anger and violence does. But I know I can take a punch in the head. I can take a few. Can you? Can you give as good as you get? Can you give as good as you get? And I know I can. I'd rather not use violence as a dispute resolution tool. But I'm also not sold on this modern notion from weak-willed people that words are violence. I mean, that's a perspective. That's a point of view. That's you can from there. That's what they call the logical fallacy of the slippery slope. Anything can be rationalized as violence, and therefore, if you believe that you have this leverage and this rationality that words are violence, unless they are specifically intended as a hate speech. Now, there's quite literally violent words, or words to incite violence in others, to get them to get along with what you're doing, to cause violence on others. That's a perfectly good example of words are violence, or words as violence. But the equivocation for leverage that words are violence just because you disagree with someone, I'm from the South Boston projects. I cannot be sold on bullshit. And I'm not going to be sold on that equivocation. I can say anything and then have someone say, well, those words are violence. You need consequences. I mean, that's just your standard, and you're just trying to leverage yourself on me. I should say that your words are violence, and I should defend myself and take any means necessary to defend myself. This is a cycle of violence, a cycle of anger. And we're caught in this cycle of anger, or we have the illusion of being caught in a cycle of anger. And whether it's us disapproving of our pop culture fictions being mishandled, whether it's who's jabbed or who's not, whether on who you're voting for or who you're voting against. I mean, all I see is trying to leverage against the other. Yet once you wrap your head around judgmental behavior, wrap your head around judgment, once you stop being judgmental of yourself, you stop being judgmental of others. When you're more forgiving of yourself, you are more forgiving of others. And when you see, quote unquote, the Lord or the goddess in yourself, you see the Lord or the goddess in others. And you stop with the binary on-off of this me versus other or us versus them. And you accept a true collective of a unity of souls, of a unity of humanity. So anger. I was an angry young man. And I'm very grateful that I've come to terms with that anger. You see, I can only respect it in young people, and I can only respect it in other people. Or different people. I mean, here I am saying others. I understand where I'm coming from. But what are you angry about? What makes you angry and why? Are these things that are literally in your control? I mean, since the death of my best work friend that happened right next to me, of a sudden heart attack, I've reevaluated what I care about and what's in my control, what's in my hands, what's in my arm's reach, what this worry. Anger can also be a form of worry. It's, what am I worrying about? What am I angry about? How does this affect me in this life, today, or even tomorrow? I mean, what is it going to solve? Is there a better way to solve this problem without wasting time, without wasting precious time in being angry? I'd rather be blissful. Happiness is great, but happiness is kind of the opposition to anger. Blissfulness is in the center. Blissfulness is neither like nor dislike. Blissfulness is a form of respect, where you don't have to like or hate something to respect something. But it's neither pleasing nor displeasing. It just is. And in its suchness, you can appreciate it, value it, and accept it without falling to the trap of being excessively angry or excessively happy. It's possible. There's a way out of anger. And that's all I have to say for today's Sunday sermon with Reverend Sully. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you. If you like this kind of content, well, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. I'm a big lad. I can handle it. Leave a comment in the comments section. Have you struggled with anger? I mean, what is it value? What value is it to your life? I mean, in young people, I can see just they haven't figured out the things or two to cope and to accept things or to respect things. It's not about resigning yourself. It's about the Chinese have a wonderful word. I think it's pronounced wu wei. It means suchness. It just is. And it's a nice state that things have a suchness. They don't have to be angry or sad or happy and glad. They can be just is. And from that center point comes more control over your own self-talk and over your own being, your being. So leave a comment in the comments section. Continue the conversation if you'd like. I'm here for you. Let's talk. And also give me a subscribe if you could be so kind. I'm an amateur theologian. I'm an ordained minister. I make spiritual content, as you do see today. I'm a professional chef. I make cooking videos. I want to elevate your home game so you can break bread with your loved ones with nutritious, delicious, and beautiful food. Listen, having meals with loved ones is a really blessed experience, and you should be grateful for it. Because eating alone is eating alone. And we only have so much time on this planet, and we should enjoy it with each other and not be angry about things if we can help it. I mean, I still get angry at stuff. Of course I do. I'm a human being. You're going to be angry about whatever it is that you're angry about. These are things that matter to us. We shouldn't just resign ourselves to just this inevitability of our own demise at the end of our lives. But can we make our moments better by being free of this anger? Yes, we can. Yes, I can. Yes, you can. And that's all I have to say for today. So give me a subscribe if you could be so kind. And God bless you. Namaste. And I love myself. And therefore, I love you. Even if I don't know you, you are filled with the potential of today and of tomorrow. You don't have to be a prisoner of yesterday. And you don't have to be a prisoner of your own anger. Be free. It's called moksha. Spiritual freedom. It's possible. You can grab it. Go for it. Cheers. Thank you.